Well, good afternoon. We had two very capable groups go through the room. I'll try to speak up. We had two very capable groups go through the room. We had three agencies that we were discussing: the Department of Natural Resources, Environmental Conservation, and Fish and Game. In total, those three agencies were roughly $170 million of the unrestricted general funds, of which the $5.1 billion equates. So 3% of the total budget. I have about 5 or 6 observations I'd like to share with you. The first one is I thought there was tremendous support in the room for the core agency services to continue to be provided to Alaskans. I thought there was a lot of green dots when you talked about clean water, clean air. You talked about the Department of Natural Resources, or you talk about fish and game issues. There was a lot of green dots saying that those are things that the state should be doing. A lot of support for that. I think that in the second exercise of going through, I think the desire was for those services to be efficiently provided. And so there was, they sort of changed from all green to kind of all yellow, where people, I think, wanted the department heads to use their capabilities to try and more efficiently run government. It became obvious in that process that not all dollars in the budget are equal. There are budgets, I think there was one statistic from DNR that for every dollar of the unrestricted budget they get, they generate $36 with it. There was an example where federal funds match or triple some of our funds. So it became clear in the process that not all dollars are equal that go into this process, and they need to be evaluated as though they are different. We had some good conversations about benchmarking. How do you determine how much government is enough, and what benchmarks or metrics do you apply to determine that? We talked about benchmarking within the agency itself. How much does a permit cost us to produce this year versus what did it cost us to produce 5 years ago, and are we getting more efficient or less efficient? We talked about how we do in comparison with other states, but benchmarking with other states for Alaska is difficult. But I thought it was a good conversation. And then we talked about how you benchmark depending on what stakeholder you are. Is it a mission critical function, or is it just a cost efficiency? There was a sense among the group that there could be efficiencies from integration of functions. We talked a little bit about merging different agencies, but I think that some of the challenges of that were greater than some of the solutions. So there was some conversation about integration of particular functions, such as an IT function, data gathering, and how to do that. And I guess the last observation I'd share with you is there was a certain pushback that there was a lot of very capable people in the room put in too small a box. And so what we did about that is we expanded our time, and with the first group we were able to have sort of a free-flowing conversation after this exercise where we were able to share ideas. And I thought that that was a very helpful part of the process and brought a lot of ideas forward, which I think will help form the conversation that's to follow. Thank you.